people onto a platform without them feeling the pinch that they are just buying that particular solution. So you bundle it with something else. And there are two scenarios. I'll give you an example of what is done with ag insurance. With ag insurance, if you tell somebody to go and buy insurance today, they look at it as an expense. They are not looking at it that this is I'm paying premium to be able to be covered in case I shop at it.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I can roast, I can gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're with my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
So I'm the one who is doing the maintenance and whatever it is. So what does the school do? The school collects the money on your behalf. So you don't have to deal with every single parent. Oh, we are the so it is the school that collects the money, so you receive your paycheck from the school. It prevents you from dealing with individuals. Okay, because I know that will be the other challenge on my managing profile on who has paid and who has not. And then, does it become a priority for those who we have on board to pay this subscription? Because the moment it becomes an option, then it becomes an option cost. So we need to maintain a platform with consistent cash flow. Because otherwise, if you don't peg it on something, then who is going to do the business of calling 100,000 subscribers to fill up on their page? Because that is something you need to think about. So how do we automate it in such a way that I don't need to chase you to be able to, for you to pay up for your service? So do I tell you to give a year subscription more monthly. So this month you want to pay, next month you're not interested in paying. Or how do you go about it? That's why the institutional approach becomes easy. So that thing, even if you just put it 500, because you're targeting a mass market, at the end of the day, there is data that you becomes your source, your goal. But how do you get that data without people feeling the pinch? It would be another thing that a lot of people have never taken any interest in. They want the supermarket. They tell you, do you have a loyalty card? Good business do you have getting a loyalty card when I'm going to the supermarket? I want bread. Bread is 230. There's no day I'm going to go with 100 shillings that I want bread. Okay? So what does this person do? They tell you, we are going to give you points so that you can get discounts. So as I get points, it's a self-giving. But on the back end, what do they do? They capture your data. So what data do they capture? They know what products do you buy, in what frequency, and in which location. That's why you find the same output. If already we don't have the same product within these two locations, chances are the person using this money is the one who buys the more. So you don't, to make sure that you don't run out or top out, you maintain the supply of that, because that is what informs the purchasing. So, okay, so supermarkets are mining data to inform consumer behavior and their market trends and their purchasing. All right. So for us in this platform, how do we offer basic solutions that you can get by joining Vocational just to be on that platform? Then, what are the incentives that I give you for upgrading? Okay, what level of limitations do I give you, and basically send out page, okay, for you to desire more. And for you to get that more, then you have to upgrade. A good example is Gmail. Have a basic Gmail, you get 15 Gmail. But if you want to get 2 terabytes of space, then now you have to pay. But otherwise, you can just write your emails and whatever it is. Then one day your email is full, then you have to go the inconvenience of deleting things, all right? And then you lose data. But for you to have more space, then you do what? iCloud space. So that is premium service. So that is the model that for me, I will look at it then, because technology is everybody's desire right now for you to survive. So how do we build an environment that we are not labeled premium in terms of providing solutions, that we know already there's a desire, there's need. So how does a founder look at you that you're providing a solution to the community, that your reward comes later? Because now you start bundling that you need people on that platform, one. And two, once you get them, then now you offer them solutions that they cannot avoid because they're already here.
So the impact metrics should be centered around career growth of a person, for example. Yes.
Yeah.
So monitoring and evaluation is very critical on the benefits.
So where did you start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did you start?
Yes.
And where are you today?
And what has that benefited anybody? Because we have to tell stories.
Yes.
And if
Okay.
our priority in an African setting is food, shelter, technology does not become the priority number one. Okay, so how do you leverage on that? And you remember Airtel, and then it was called Kensel. when it started out as premium. Safaricom targeted the bottom of the pyramid.
Yeah.
And the moment those guys were captured and they got into M-Pesa, these other technology guys, when they were now trying to play catch up, every person who has an Airtel line has a Safaricom line. I don't know whether you ever noticed.
Every person
who has an Airtel line has a Safaricom line.
Yeah.
Do you know why? They were first onboarded on Safaricom because it was cheaper back then.
Also,
yes, it was cheaper to get the
airtime,
the lines and what was. Tencent was more a corporate, service provider. They were targeting high-end, Then, when M-Pesa came and people deployed agencies and whatnot, everybody is always saying they have Airtel line for cheap communication, but they have M-Pesa for transactions. All right. So they don't have one line; they have two. And unlike me, who has two Safaricom lines on one phone. Yeah. But how do we position ourselves? Because that is how me I'm looking at it. What is the value proposition to the donors? One, what is the selling point? We are bringing tech to the left. Let's touch it. Mass market. Young tax who have got no access to the two-term sponsors, some of them cannot even afford taking kids to school. But how do I create a platform where they can access information? Then their destiny is never the same. Today, they build capacity, they are able to create content. But when they are creating content, who do they remember? The first person who enabled them to build the capacity for them to be able to do this. Then you become part and parcel of the story as they go on. So we want a piece of that story. How do we position ourselves to onboard as much as we can? Then once you've onboarded, then you profile. Okay. Then once you've profiled those who you know have got capacity to pay, then you tell them this is a solution other than what you're getting, the basic knowledge. Then going forward, you want to develop an app. So how do we leverage on this platform and the networks and the partnerships that you created to support their vision in implementing a program that they want, and they still be part of your story and the success. So that for me is, in a snapshot, is how I visualize it. Yeah.
And with the plans to, if you're going to commercialize, these heat maps that we're going to generate through IoT dashboards and so forth. What are some of the training from your experience? How is a user onboarded? We want to start from GitHub, for sure. But working with youth, what has been the experience for you teaching them, how to use technology tools? Because the first challenge is usually information. We're in the AI age, so you should not even talk about lack of internet. So internet is now internet is an essential service.
Yes, that's for sure.
So for a youth who's offline on this World Youth Skill Day, what would you say can be a reasonable career growth from going online to finding a job online or joining our project? Because it's an open conversation. What is a reasonable time plan for a youth from activation, going online on any platform, learning, and if you understand English, and maybe you are based in Lagos, in this case. This is a Lolo AI and Robotics Studio, hosted by Mifoi. Mifoi is the leading community organization in Kisumu in agriculture, technology, communication, and youth affairs. And today we are celebrating
The World Youth Skill Day.
World Youth Skill Day. So, as usual, thank you to Migosi Ward, the residents of Migosi Ward, Afya Estate, Lolwe, Konele, for supporting our work. So, we are just in studio. The Lolwe studios paid a visit to Mifoi, and we're thinking in the next few steps we are launching one of the biggest drone projects in Africa. We are putting about 40,000 acres of agricultural land under active drone surveillance in an open and collaborative Pan-African project called Project Supercharge. So that's just the background. Yeah, so what is the path forward? In the next, if someone understands English and they have access to AI, unampea siku ngapi apate job online ama afanye kitu inaweza msaidia, si na sisi peke yetu, with hata na watu wengine pale nje.
For me, the way I look at it is that just by virtue of the way people, even if you buy a new phone, how many times do even people take time to read in the user manual? The moment I give you an idea that, because technology comes on a need basis, you have a calculator on your phone every day. But is it the first app you open? It only comes in handy when you want to do calculations. You will trace it, but until then, you don't know. When you download an app into your phone, you don't download an app because there's a need. So for us, this platform is to have those light bulb moments, to drive people's minds to tools that they can use. There is never a training for TikTok, but right now you see even villagers posting videos on TikTok. Who taught them?
So the problem is the tools.
The problem is the tool.
So just give them the tools, they'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out, because that's
sounds simple.
Yeah, they'll figure it out because people realized. I've even seen an old mama on TikTok telling people tap tap. Tap tap. You're wondering what is this tap tap? But who taught them? Because it's just about directing somebody's mind towards the right direction. And for me, and in my view, is how do you channel that energy? Because one thing these boys and girls have, energy, and they will do anything. Me, I see even in my own household. If you don't charge the TV, everybody is on YouTube. And I was telling my son the other day, telling me and asked me, Daddy, so why do I need to go to school if I can learn everything on YouTube? Okay. But we live in a society of certificates. Yeah. But people are also shifting away from traditional skill set that you have a certificate. You're being told, can you demonstrate that you can do this work? You can do this work. A lot of young people also now, they don't like the 8 to 5 jobs. They are looking at tasks. Give me this, I come in, I deliver on the task, then I'm free to do something. The traditional workforce was, even if you are sitting idle, but so long as you are at work and you're sitting there 8 to 5, that is what the boss wants to see. Yeah, that you reported on time, you have to clock in, but nobody's checking
if you're productive
in between. And that is what now these tools are providing.
That's a good place to end it on tools. I think it's got a good consensus because we want to jump back into the conference. What would you maybe perhaps say as a transition back to the conference? As a transition back to the conference, what are we creating, and what are you asking of the viewers around the world?
Yeah.
And what sort of support do you expect for Renewable Kisumu and Project Supercharge in general?
Okay, thank you. Basically, what our partner has just mentioned, Mr. Kopar, is we need to pitch skills to solutions. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you've had like formal education or what. There's something that you can do, and the essence of learning is to be a solution provider. So as a community, we come together, people from different backgrounds, knowledge, experiences about that, and we come together and identify which problems that we have in the society. And then we craft solutions. Yeah. And then we build, we operate a solution, and then we transfer it to the community for scaling. So in essence, when we talk about skills on this World Youth Skills Day and we in Kenya, we want to also commend our government for what they're doing with the Nyota project, with the prior recognition of prior learning. I believe most of us have heard of it. Yeah. They certify, they give you government sponsored certificates depending on your expertise.
It's the primary reason why we are doing this.
Yes.
And we are starting with TVETs
Yes.
and other community organizations.
Speaking of TVETs, that is the session that is ongoing right now.
Yeah, so we need to jump right back.
So
So
they're talking about how to leverage
So we'll post our GitHub live. We are supporting Me4E to set up their GitHub.
Yeah.
So we're setting up the GitHub in the next few hours. It might delay, but be on the lookout. The GitHub will help inform you how to participate in this youth project with other experts from around the world.
Yes, and before I ask anything to the world, I need to ask now the AI.
Yes.
Because we can't. A journey of 1,000 miles is the step.
Yes.
And you can't reach tomorrow without experiencing today. Kuliko ufimba mbali hivi nyoka in Kiswahili. So we need, as Me4E, also we need to be onboarded in MS Teams.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think by the end of the day we can figure out on how to get like also Me4E emails and all that supported by you can guide us with that.
Yes, just to conclude on that, Mr. Ofudo and his team, they're the ones handling the subscription department. And yes, initially we wanted to start with a subscription of about 5,000 shillings per month. But after close consultation with the communities and youth groups and so forth, we'll start a membership fee. We're crafting a product that will onboard youth onto our platform at a subscription of 1,000 shillings per month. And the rest we can of course keep discussing in terms of bundling with the experts, for example from Mr. Ian Odukopal, who is the forefront agtech engineer, for example, and also from your team who are helping us run the Renewable Kisumu project, which you can also find on LinkedIn, by the way.
And we're doing a white paper.
And we're doing a white paper.
All hands on board.
So we need all hands on deck, on GitHub. So all the GitHub projects that we're announcing today, and there are many of them, perhaps we'll provide a list in a more comprehensive interview. And of course, special thanks to you guys. Let's just jump back to the
World Youth Skills Day.
powered by UNESCO. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yes,